I'm going to freak some people out. They're going to think that their iPhone is broken or their smartphone. What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. We're having a fun Friday theme. Going a little
retro.
A little retro?
Hey, Lawrence and Dawn, how are you?
What would you call this? Not retro, but like not antique. Like what's the
Vintage?
Vintage, that's the word I
We're
was
going
looking for.
vintage.
Little vintage theme going on.
Hey,
today.
Joanne. Hi, Nancy.
Mike Reno, what's going on?
We're going to give this like 30 seconds.
Couple of minutes. A to the D. We're packing today, dude. Can you please dial up some warm weather? I just looked at my weather app and it's like in the 20s. When we're going to be out there. Like, dude.
So we only have bear paws because out here in California it doesn't get very
chance of snow.
Cold. And I just got a notification that UGG boots are like 50% off at Nordstrom's right now. So I'm thinking we're going to have to place an order for when we move because we're going to need actual Uggs anyways. Mike, you are vintage.
Retro vintage. Roger says. Mike says I'm vintage. That's good fun. What's
up, Valerie?
What's up, Valerie? Let's see. Nancy, you can work on the weather too. Billy, good to see you. Andrea, good to see you. Joanne, good to see you. I don't want to miss anybody.
I think you're good.
Oh. Myra, it's going to be cold. All right. I hope y'all are ready for a bunch of hugs to warm us up. Bobby, what's going on?
Here I had these cute outfits planned in my head. Yeah, but they were for California winter. I'm thinking not getting those outfits packed.
Yeah, I got this shirt that I got when I was out there last time, and I thought, man, I might as well wear it now because I ain't even going to pack it because it's stinking going to be so cold out there. Not going to be wearing any super thin Nashville t-shirts on this trip anyway. But I did get to wear it today. It's nice. It's like almost 85 degrees here or something today. But that's going to be a rude awakening to go from 85 to 25 or something like that.
I may have to go shopping while we're there to get the girls warmer clothes.
So let's dive into this really quick. So just like the concept of checking the weather beforehand so you're prepared, that's kind of what we're going to actually talk about today, believe it or not. Your weather app doesn't do you a lot of good after the fact, right? Like the whole point is to have advanced knowledge that can benefit you, okay? And so that's really what this was sort of all about today. How do you get the most leverage from your upline? Let me help you out with it like this. Don't do anything for the first time without checking with your upline first. Somebody type that in the comments, please. Don't do anything for the first time without checking with your upline first. Why? Because that's part of the system, and the acronym for system is save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. Okay?
And if you've been in Vasayo for any length of time at all, but you have not called your upline before you do anything beforehand, please start doing so now. We love you, we want you to win, and we want to position you in the best possible equation to make that happen.
And so upline's going to be somebody who's worked in a binary before, somebody who's achieved a rank where they have multiple PET legs that are reaching the rank of Star 800. So really we're talking, you know, again, there's some of you that we don't want to make this rank dependent because there are people that are part of this community, that are part of the Hope Brokers community, that are part of your upline that regardless of their rank, they really do understand.
Their points just haven't caught up with their knowledge yet.
They understand the ins and outs. But if you're unsure, okay, if you're seeing this video and you're like, well, so who would that be? Good rule of thumb would be like platinum or above. If they haven't hit the rank of platinum yet, you probably want to try to at least connect with a platinum or above as you're navigating the process. Folks, we knew this was coming, and we've been talking about this concept of starting to really dial in your fundamentals, because when momentum comes, it gets that much more important that we're all on the same sheet of music, that we're all working as a team, that we are locked arms, and the leverage actually becomes necessary. It takes an army to support an army, and an army is in the midst. I mean, the enrollments are going through the roof. My email inbox is overflowing with Vasayo related, exciting, like productive emails, like new enrollments and orders and rank advancement. And it's going through the roof. And we're here to help you, but we have to work 10 times as hard to help you unwind stuff that could have been done correctly the first time with a simple phone call before you did it. And I can't tell you how many hours I've spent this week. Love you folks, and we'll always do what we got to do to help you. But literally, I'd love to have 10 or 12 of the hours back I've spent this week on things that could have been prevented with, you guys have heard this, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. That is absolutely true. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. We're always going to fight for you. We're always going to do our best to correct things, and no one's perfect. We're not telling anybody that they need to be perfect, but one of the ways you will grow more and you will learn more. I always say this when I get phone calls from some of you, when you want to call and talk in theory that has no context, what many of you know, you hear me say back is, let's instead have this conversation when you actually have a situation that's live, right? Like
that's relevant at that exact moment.
You have a prospect, you have a brand partner, you have an enrollment. You're going to learn that much more from situational teaching, right? Theoretical teaching is okay. Situational teaching is where learning really happens, where growth really happens, where progress happens. And so, guys and gals, please, please, please reach out to us. And just make sure that we're helping you dial it in, right? You might have all the right answers. There's nothing wrong with double checking with one of your leaders to make sure you had it right. Like, okay, hey, I'm about to put a person in and I'm going to place them here and here's why. Is that right? Yeah, perfect. Hey, I'm going to place an extra order and I was thinking about putting it here and here's what I was thinking. Is this the best way to get the most value out of those dollars, right? Or those points, right? There's a lot of these little kind of things that are going to start to happen very, very frequently where you can get more strategic value for your business and for your teams, quite frankly, when you position those, those orders in the right place for the volume, when you position people in the right place to help your overall organization get the most impact out of that. So
now, where this process starts is when we tell you guys to use your upline for connect calls. We do that so you get in the habit of hearing the people who have gone before you say the exact same thing, and it's live situational training for your prospect. So you're going to hear both sides of that conversation when you are listening in on a connect call. You're going to hear the 5-star opportunity that is tailored for your prospect, and you're going to hear what that prospect is saying back to your upline who's giving that 5-star presentation. And because you're hearing it live, you're learning from both sides of the equation. So as you learn and as you grow, you'll realize, oh, I heard this before and this was the answer. Well, the same thing holds true as you are moving forward and building your business on placement, on orders, on extra volume orders that you know you're going to place to help benefit your entire team. Situational learning always, 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 always trumps, what was the word that you used? The theoretical training. Situational training trumps theoretical training 1,000% of the time in every situation. So when people, we get this a lot too. When we're exposing people to the compensation plan, well, tell me about all the different ways that we get paid. Until you're getting your paychecks on a consistent basis, you're not going to understand the compensation plan. Focus on one right, one left. Do it again. One right, one left. Do it again. One right, one left. Do it again. And helping those people do the same thing. And as your paycheck grows, you will start to see things that show up on your paycheck statements that you'll say, hey, Jolene, I got paid an extra $9 on this paycheck. Why? Those are the situational training things that we're talking about that will help you understand the compensation plan. Our job is to help with succession training. We are hitting a momentum stage with a high velocity product. This is going to grow faster and further than you can even possibly comprehend. And the more communication that you have with your upline so that you can keep pace with what's coming, the tsunami that is coming in your direction for your paycheck, for your family, you have to have great communication with your upline so that we can get you there in the most efficient way possible.
And so a couple of scenarios as well, right? Because it's going to get harder and harder, guys and gals, to, you know, the larger the organization your upline has, the harder it's going to be to get some of their time. And that's not because we collectively, and that goes for a lot of the people that are even watching this video now, you guys are building big teams. It's going to be harder and harder for any one of the members of this family to get a hold of. You know, the larger the organization, the more people that are wanting some of their time and energy. So let me give you a couple of other things that are going to help everybody, again, get maximum leverage from your upline. For example, I would never call Rob with a prospect at this stage because the organization's getting huge, right? Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people. If I have not at least exposed them to a video, shared product, right? I'm not asking Rob to do a 5-star presentation for me with a brand new prospect that knows nothing. That's not a fair use. That's not fair of me to ask him for some of his time as a black diamond. In that situation, when there's tools and a system that can accomplish the first part of that process first, folks. We want to be smart entrepreneurs. We want to be diligent entrepreneurs, and we want to get maximum leverage out of the system, which includes both the tools from an automation standpoint and, quite frankly, the tools from harnessing the access to your upline standpoint, okay? And so prospecting wise, make sure you have harnessed the tools before you're expecting one of your upline diamonds, black diamonds, emeralds, rubies, quite frankly,
blue sapphires,
pearls. even pearls and platinums, or they're getting organizations that are growing very, very rapidly. You want to get the most bang for your buck and theirs out of their time. If you know that they're phenomenal at presenting the 5-star opportunity, use us to help you close your prospects. Use us to help you do that second exposure, for example, because you found out they were interested, you utilized a video, you did the initial follow-up and said, man, what did you like best about that video I shared with you? What did you like best about sitting in on the 5-star opportunity overview on Thursday night with Cedric Crawford or with Dr. Tony? What did you like best? Well, I loved this, this, and this, but I was wondering about such and such, right? And then they give you a question. You go, you know what? Here's what I love. I've got access to amazing leaders, and because you've seen the overview and you have an interest level and now you have some specific questions, let me get one of my teammates to help answer some of your questions, folks. That's when you pull in one of your upline leaders with a larger organization that, as Rob likes to say, that can throw fastballs, right? Use your fastball pitchers for the people that can hit home runs, right? Because if we're trying to help you, throw strikes, if you will, you want to use that on your high caliber hitters, right? And so move people through the process a little bit. Here's the other thing real quick. Again, we need to model for people what we want them to do in the fundamentals. So some of you, speaking of fastball pitchers, some of you are phenomenal presenters. Some of you are incredible recruiters. Some of you don't need help sponsoring. You're able to get people through that process, and my hat's off to you. I love that. So here's what I would implore you to do. In fact, this is what we've been doing yesterday and today, because we've enrolled a couple of new people, and so we're walking them through their upline on their way to, and we're doing connect calls, right? So they're already enrolled. And so we go
and
down.
we're their personal.
And we're their personal
But they're
sponsor.
our personal sponsor,
We start as far down in depth where there's a leader, and we do a connect call. So they see us modeling what we teach. And so we do a connect call with their most immediate upline leader. And then we go another notch up the upline with their next upline leader. And then we do another connect call with their next upline leader. And we will work their way up to our sponsor, which is Rob, right? So we want to model for people the behaviors that they're going to hear taught in this system, right? No faking the funk, guys and gals. The more consistent your actions are with what is taught in this system, the bigger business you're going to build. The more edification you will get by virtue of the system. You won't even necessarily need the direct edification, because your new people are going to be like, wow, everything these guys teach, I saw my sponsor do. And that's what's going to compel them to duplicate what they saw. And so it's so important, even if you're a phenomenal recruiter and you're able to get someone all the way through the sponsoring process, that's great. Don't water down your own fastballs. We're not telling you not to throw fastballs if you can. But what I would implore you to do, it's exactly what we spent the last 2 days doing. Like I said, we've enrolled a couple of our own new personals, and we've been doing three-way call after three-way call after three-way call, introducing them to their support line, okay?
So then they have the phone numbers of additional people that they can contact. They have a feel for what those individual leaders can bring to the table. And they understand that even if we don't pick up the phone, but they've got somebody hot on the line, they've got more phone numbers that they can call and connect with, and they've had conversations with them. So they're not going to feel weird about that. So here's how this is going to be as far as ABCs go, right? So you're talking to somebody, they say that sounds interesting. You, step A, send the video. Step B, they have a question. So it's going to be, that's a good question, here's a video. That's an amazing question, here's a PDF. That's a lot of questions, let's get you on the phone with my upline.
Yep. Or my mentor, my buddy, I almost don't like that word upline.
That's true. It doesn't mean anything to anybody not in the industry. Yeah, so my mentor is a much better idea.
Yeah, say my mentor, my partner. This is a people business still. We don't want to use like weird terms that are impersonal, right? But you guys get the point. And so I think we covered it all.
I think so. Let's recap. First, video, PDF, mentor, buddy, friend, that kind of thing. Second, get your people, all the phone numbers, and can do connect calls with everyone going up the line that would be a resource for them.
You use your access to talent wisely. Use your Vincent St. Louis's, your Greg Adelman's, your Alan Delaney's, your J.P. Richardson's, your Myra Beards, your I'm probably
Kenny
leaving
Kuhnhofer,
people out. Mike
Tony
McCleary. Use
Cheryl.
Use your home run hitters wisely, guys and gals, because they're going to take your call every time when they see that you haven't wasted their time. And again, when they see that you're leveraging the system is your best friend. Truly it is. If you're going to build a rapidly duplicatable business, which is what everybody wants, the Elaine Corliss, by the way, that was a text from Elaine. Use the talent wisely. The way you do that is use the tools first. Man, that'll preach right there. The way you use your talent wisely is use your tools first. Somebody type that in. That's another one of those divine downloads.
Here's the other thing. You guys need to understand the art of edification. If you are getting a prospect on the phone with your mentor, with your buddy, with your partner, you need to know enough about them how to properly edify them. To tell somebody, I'm getting you on the phone with my diamond, that's again using weird verbiage that means nothing to them. You need to introduce them as, this is a guy who's made several million teaching and training other people like me how to build this business. This is somebody who is extremely successful, not only in traditional business, but also in this arena. So I'm making sure that I connect you with people who can help you get where you want to go.
Man, that's a good point, by the way. Let me piggyback on that, guys and gals. All I can share with you is what has helped us get to Diamond, right? What has worked for us, right? That's what we try to do in these, okay? And so here's something that I would encourage you to do. Certainly you're probably edifying your upline if you're able to get a prospect on the phone with them, and that's great. What I always have done, and what I would prefer you to do if you're asking us to do connect calls for you, re-edify again with us on the phone so we know what we're working off of. I don't need you to toot my horn. Jolene doesn't need that. Rob doesn't need that. We don't need that as your leaders. None of the leaders. I could go through that whole list of names again. Your leaders don't need to hear you edify for our own sake. Our egos and our confidence are perfectly healthy. Trust me. That goes for all of the leaders in this Vasayo family. It's just kind of part of our genetic makeup, okay? But we know what the starting point is. You see what I'm saying? We know what we're working off of. We know how you've related that prospect to the call. Don't just put someone on the phone with us and go, Sally, this is Jolene. Jolene, this is Sally. Even if you edified beforehand, that leaves Jolene nowhere to start
I have
with.
no idea if I'm supposed to start as a certified nutritionist, or if I'm supposed to start as a homeschooling mom, or I'm supposed to start as an entrepreneur. Of those three gauges, I have no idea which one I'm turning for that prospect. And it's our job to connect with that prospect so that they feel comfortable in engaging in a system to be a business partner with you.
Yeah, your three-way calls will be much more fruitful when you do that. Even if you edified beforehand, do it again when whoever the three-way call partner is that you're using is on the line, so they can hear what their starting point is. And I'll also say this, because Again, we're helping everybody grow wherever they're at. This is absolutely a learning curve. We don't hold anybody's starting point against them. But I will say this, there are some people on this team that have been here for a year now and who have really been plugging in, and they're still not edifying at all. And here's the problem that creates for that person in their own business. You give us no credibility to edify you with. The whole value of you edifying your upline is that we edify you back. We help your prospect understand how special it is that they get to do life with you, that they're being invited into business with you, that they have the opportunity to lock arms with you.
That's our job.
That's our job, quite frankly. That's the number one job of us doing a three-way call, is to help your prospects understand how valuable their invitation to join you is. Without edification, that doesn't happen. It can't happen. It becomes disingenuous. So that was a side note. I totally digressed
But it was perfect.
down a bunny trail. But
it was perfect. We need to know you as well as you know us so that we can help you be most fruitful in your business.
All right. Do we get it?
I think so. We love you guys. Call us, call your upline. So before you do anything. And it's not going to take you very long to learn in actual training, live training. It will take you a long time to learn in theoretical training. So get out there and do the do. The done is in the doing. Build your business, and we will teach you as you grow a paycheck.
Before you do anything for the first time, consult your upline first. That's one of the benefits you get to this business. You get a free consultant or group of consultants that can help you have the success that you want, because that's who you're utilizing in your upline. And so take advantage of that. It doesn't cost you anything, right? All right, guys and gals, we love you. God bless you guys. Make it a great Friday. We'll see you soon.